former Motley Crue singer JOHNCORABI, has opened up about his tension with the band's bassist NIKKISIXX and addressed the musician's disrespectful remarks about him when he commented on Sixx's book, The Heroin Diaries. JOHNCORABI was a member of Motley Crue from 1992 to 1996. He had joined the band after the departure of the band's long-term singer Vince Neil, and contributed to 4 different Crue albums. On the other hand, NIKKISIXX is a world-renowned musician, who is known for his tenure with his band Motley Crue. Besides his musical career, Sixx is an author who has written 3 books: The Heroin Diaries, The First 21, and The Dirt. In 2016, NIKKISIXX had made shameful comments about JOHNCORABI's writing skills. During his interview with Sweden Rock magazine, Sixx said that the band's self-titled record was a very unfocused and painful record. Explaining the reason, Nikki had blamed JOHNCORABI and commented disrespectfully about his former bandmates' writing skills. Recently, Corabi made an appearance on the 35th episode of the Rock interview series, hosted by Thomas S. ORWAT Jr. During the interview, the musician was asked about his tension with NIKKISIXX. Corabi recalled his famous interview and described it as misunderstood.
Honestly, buddy, I would love to be able to put my finger on this. You're totally asking the wrong guy. And that's my point. Like, you know, I've had a few people ask me like, oh, what's the beef with you and Nikki? And I go, I have no fucking idea. I don't know. Like, the one beef that I did have with Nikki was probably 10 years ago. And it was something in relation to his, I had done an interview and I was in Brazil, and the interviewer asked me a question and they said, have you read Nikki's book, The Heroin Diaries? And I said, yeah, I own the book. I bought the book. And he said, what do you think? And I said, it's a great read. It's, you know, blah, blah, blah. Now the guy, I don't know if he was doing this to bait me or what, but the guy said, well, do you believe it all? And I said, you know, whatever, dude, it doesn't matter. It's a great read. He goes, well, do you think it was colored? And I said, of course it was. Well, why do you say that? Well, because the dirt was colored. I know for a fact the dirt was colored. And he said, you know, so then I told him about my story. There's a section in the dirt. I don't know if you've ever read it, but there's a section in there where I go to Japan and I, you know, they made some comment or some shit in the book where it's like I supposedly slept with like 5 models or, you know, and all this shit in Tokyo. And I go, you know, I was kidding with the guy. I go, in all actuality, it was only 4, but whatever. You know, so we were kidding. And I said, no, I said, I truthfully, I said, it was like one girl I met in Japan. I went back to her house. I slept with her and I left Japan. One girl. And they had to, but so they beefed it up to make me sound like this wild and crazy and whatever. So it was colored. And then I said, and besides, all of the heroin addicts that I knew didn't have the foresight to bring a diary with them and write shit down as it was happening, or could not remember what they did the night before. Now, I followed it up with, maybe Nikki's different, but the ones that I knew, you know, so I think it was a little, it may have been a little colored, and we left it at that. Well, then like 2 months later, Nikki emailed me and he was pissed. He's like, dude, I don't appreciate you slagging my book. And I go, I didn't slag it. So I responded to him and I said, okay, first of all, a couple things. Did you read the whole interview? Because in the interview, I did say at the beginning and at the end that it was a great read and I bought the book. So, and then I said, why do you give a fuck about anything I have to say? And I just hit send. And then he came back and he was like, oh, okay, dude, sorry. I didn't read the whole. Okay, great. Awesome. And it was cool. It was put to bed. I didn't say I've never said anything negative about that band ever. But then all of a sudden he started with, CORABI can't write. It was painful. He doesn't have any fire. And I'm just like, where the fuck did that come from? It was just random. So, and now it's weird. Like if I retort to it, they take every little piece of retort and they dissect it, and then they reprint just the parts that, the clickbait, and it's just been this ongoing thing. Like I'm saying Nikki doesn't like me, and it's just this back and forth volleying between me and Nikki, when in all actuality, I have zero bad things to say about any of them. They're irrelevant to me, completely irrelevant. And so I don't, it's just, now I don't know who that website is. I think they're called the Metal Den or some shit, whatever. But that was just random. Like first one, I let it go. And that was the thing, like fans are clamoring for JOHNCORABI to come back. I didn't say anything. And then the second one was NIKKI issues an ultimatum to Vince Neil to lose 50 pounds or they're bringing JOHNCORABI back. I still said nothing. But then the third one was JOHNCORABI's in secret rehearsals with MOTLEY Crue in LA. So I've got all my friends in LA are going, dude, what, you're in town? You're not going to call me? What's up, dude? And they're, hey, is there any truth to this? So I'm getting these emails, and I'm getting them on Messenger, and I'm getting them on Instagram. Like, hey, is there any truth to this? But then as those emails go up, so do the other ones. Like, fuck you, dude, you're a loser. If you go out on tour with them, I'm cashing my tickets in. I want my money back. Fuck you. And I went, okay, here's the deal. I don't know where this is coming from, but A, Nikki did not issue an ultimatum to Vince and use me as leverage. I can guarantee that. Number two, there were no secret rehearsals, not happening. And three, I don't want to do it anyway. I've already worn that shirt. I'm not going to do it again. So onward and upward. I got a book coming out. I got music coming out. I'm doing my own thing. That's done. That's put to bed. That was 30 years ago. Let it go. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I just don't get it, man. It's been crazy the last couple of weeks. So it is what it is. I can't stop people from writing shit, and I can't stop people from believing it. It was funny too, because that last retort that I did, that website came right back with a fourth article saying JOHNCORABI's kind of trying to cover his tracks. And the fact that he's actually, we get it from a source. And I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? No idea. Zero. Please. Yeah. There is zero truth to that stuff. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And it's weird because a couple of years ago, there was something that came up, and it was when Nikki did that thing, that whatever. And I thought I took the high road, and I said, you know what? I want to thank MOTLEY for all this stuff, and and I had a great time with them, and I'm proud of the record, and I wish Nikki, Tommy, Mick, and Vince the best in their future endeavors, but I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's done. Sent. And then it was like, they took all of that. They just took, JOHNCORABI says he doesn't want to talk about MOTLEY Crue anymore. So I just telling a friend today, I go, you know what's funny? I'm damned if I say nothing, but I'm damned if I say anything. So it's like, I just have to, like, when I see stuff, I just have to go, you know what? I'm just going to not respond, and I just need to let it ride itself out. I thought I was being helpful by telling these fans, like, there's no truth to this. And it just keeps coming back and biting me in the ass. So I'm like, I'm done with it. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to comment. It is what it is.
Thank you for tuning in, and please hit that like button. It's appreciated. Make sure that you subscribe for more rock-related content.